Hello, hello. How we living? That good. Good. We're recording out the gate. I figured my
We're
settings.
living the dream. We are living the dream, Tom.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
that's what I want to hear. Are you are you knitting? You are knitting,
I'm crocheting.
crocheting.
Not the same thing.
It's not Bill.
I
Why,
can
why are
I
you on
can
this
see the
call?
roller coaster from Disneyland from my hotel room
Why are you on this call, dude?
because I'm 3 hours back in Anaheim right now.
Bill just sent in my other group chat. I have many a group chat. Let's see if I can just pull this over here. Let's see. Pull from screen to screen. Bill just sent this lovely picture from his hotel room. You can see in the group chat where you could see Incredicoaster in the background, and I'm sure his wife is missing him as she's in Orlando right now, Winter Garden, and he's what 10 minutes away from Disneyland.
Probably. I'm at the Residence Inn like down the street. I might actually be back here next week for Expo West for the Natural Products Expo,
Okay,
but gotta figure that out.
yeah,
But I gotta
man with
pitch
the
to
plan.
Costco tomorrow. So
Man with the plan.
yeah.
I like it. We'll start tonight off. Give me some wins. Give me like 3 wins before we get going. So whoever busts them out first gets them.
I didn't go
I mean,
back to bed this morning.
Huh?
I didn't go back to bed this morning.
You didn't go back to bed this morning.
I really wanted to get another hour of sleep, but
What'd you do instead?
yoga.
Yoga. We'll take it. Win
got
number
my
I
one.
steps
actually
in, prepping my meals.
Denise steps in,
you
prepping
don't
meals.
do yoga.
Yep.
You do the stretchy stretch.
That's two.
I
got on the
actually made it to the
Peloton.
group call.
You made it to the group call like you told me you would
Woo! Yep.
on your check-in. Good job. I'm proud of you. Those wins came quick. My wins today. They had like three of you reach out say you're going to keep stick around after the challenge. So props to you. 2 week. We're only actually officially like 2 weeks in. So to be like, yo, I want to keep this going. That's a win for me. It tells me we're doing something right, enjoying the information. So it also helps me get you set up ahead of time so I don't have a crazy weekend when we end the challenge. You give me that heads up. So that was my win for the day. Put a smile on my face because it was a crazy busy day. It was stressful, but we got things done. Got up and ran and stretched. Now cooking and packing and listening. Yeah, you're ready to get to Disney World, aren't you? Yeah. We're gonna assume that's for everybody. I know my princess plans have gone awry, packing for princess, and I'm
I gotta
just
make
trying to
my
figure.
signs for Princess still, man. Cheer you guys
I,
on.
you have signs?
We're making signs, yeah.
Well, I got this agenda this afternoon. So anybody that knows the guy that I run with, the other tutu guy, Adam, he sent his work agenda for Thursday. So if you don't know, he is, which is very counter to what I do. He is the Coke supplier for Disney. He is Disney's Coca-Cola guy. And they
I just
have,
said Coca-Cola.
yeah, I had to specify that. Thanks, Bill. He sent this agenda that they sent him for Thursday, and he's freaking out right now because his bosses are in, and he's like, "Okay, we're going to Epic at 10
Pivot
a.m.
like this.
Where Adam's going to drive himself there. We're going to Epic at 10 a.m. At 2:30, we're meeting somebody at Animal Kingdom. Then we're picking up bids, and
I
it's this
can't.
whole chaotic
I can't do
schedule. And he is just so upset that he's going to miss Expo with us, and he's freaking out right now. So I've been dealing with grown man drama. So now my Expo schedule is going to all be out of funk. He's
It's
going to get his steps in. He's hitting by this agenda. He's hitting 3 parks that day, 2 separate resorts, and the Expo. So, and they also have bedtime scheduled on his little work thing there. So I thought that was interesting. 8
That's
p.m.
cute.
bedtime for the early risers for the race. He does.
uh,
He is.
I've never been before like 5 p.m. on the first day because I'm local. So I normally like leave work, show up, do my business, get my stuff, and then like get out of there. And this is the first time I'm gonna be when it opens, and I'm so scared.
If anybody's ever, I tell all my one-on-one clients this, I'm like, if anybody ever books a call before I close the calendar. Because some people do that. They'll book a call weekly for the month out, and I'll forget to close the calendar for like certain days of race weekend. I'm like, if you book 10 a.m., 11 a.m. on a race weekend, my butt is going to be at the expo, and I'm going to give you FOMO because I have a lot of people from Run Disney. I'm like, I'll turn my little background off and let you see all of what you're missing, which is usually just the ESPN refreshment area. So, because that's my little mobile office. I stay there all day, Eric. I'll see you there.
Yay! I have something for you. We talked about this in our one-on-one a few
Yeah, we
weeks
did.
ago. Yeah,
You
yeah.
got the goods. And I have a friend of yours that I got to creep out.
God bless her. So she's staying at Coronado for one night. She was like, "Oh, come stay with me so we can strategize the expo because that's where we're at right now with the new Brooks." And I told her, I was like, "Coach Tom wants to meet you," and she was like, "Why?" And I was like, "Because you're iconic."
That's hysterical.
Tom, you should definitely try to take like the hip shot selfies of the friend.
I will. But if I spot them, I'll get the hip shot selfie.
Be elated. You wouldn't be able to tell because she'll hold her composure, but like when we walk away, she'll be like, "Oh my god." When we saw you, I think at Wine and Dine, like you walked past us, and she was like, "That's one of the tutu guys," and I was like, "Well, he's wearing a tutu, so yeah."
Math, the math. Where in the refreshment, like the ESPN little inside eating area. That's where I'll usually set up my laptop if I have any calls.
It's been closed though.
It was
It was
closed
closed
during
at Wine and
They
Dine.
reopened it during
Yeah,
marathon
unless you
weekend.
want to.
Now
Okay.
operated by third party, so that's why it was like closed and open and closed and open. It's now
Got it.
operated not by Disney, by a third party.
Okay.
Hey, Jared, no
There-
need to be sorry you're late.
I don't know if there's a part of it that is still operated by Disney, but I can't remember. It's kind of like Joffrey's. Joffrey's is also third party. So
I put
They're
an
there.
order in for someone to pick me up a beer cup.
I had
They're not at
somebody
the
I work
expo.
with, somebody I work with in Cali. He just reached out and he's like, "Can you get me the Rapunzel shoes?" He's like, "I'll Venmo you," and I'm like,
Dude,
So I heard you can't
those
get
shoes
the beer
all look so
cups
good.
at the expo anymore. Like
Yeah,
they
it's
weren't
race
there for
only.
marathon. Yeah,
That's
they weren't
that
there for
whole-
marathon.
"It's
And then
different
they all-
vendors now."
Yeah.
They
My
sell
mom
out
got me one for the 5K during marathon weekend, and thank God she did because I felt so bad for so many people who just didn't get the cup.
I know. I got one after the 10K.
I'm gonna have to get a cider during the 5K if I want to have it after the half.
That's
Yeah.
that's the plan.
I love
100%. That's acceptable. Absolutely.
All right, I'm gonna dive in. We'll do a little more chit chat on the back end tonight. Actually, I don't think I'll take up the full hour like I have with everything else, with the other two calls. But supplements was the third most requested thing to cover. So do you have questions? Noel's like, yeah, I got supplement questions. Tell me, fill me in. Let's see, desktop 3, share. Too many screens. Now I can't see anybody anymore. All right, yeah. So we'll talk supplements. Supplement 101. Usually when I do this one, I pick out the ones I get asked the most about. So that being said, if you catch me on the spot with one, I've probably tried it or walked somebody through it before, and I've definitely heard of it because I was a supplement hussy. I'm not going to use another word. Yeah, I had a lot of supplements back in my day because I always thought there was a magic pill. There are no magic pills. There's no shortcut, no hype. Use them as tools, and really, like if you're using a tool, you got to like look at what problem it solves. That's what I try to do tonight. Look at the problem it solved. You know who it's solving that problem for. Let me just hit my mute all button. Oh, it's not letting me mute all. Okay. Oh, that's because that's on that screen. There we go. Who it's solving the problem for? Some people ask, should I take whey protein? Not if you're getting in 200 grams of real protein a day and that's your goal. You don't need to take whey at that point. So if you're getting, like Bill and you eat like 25 steaks a day, then Bill probably doesn't need a whey protein because he's already hitting his goal.
Dude, why are you hating on my beef jerky I make, man?
I'm looking forward to getting some of that beef jerky. So a lot of these, like you'll benefit the most doing what most of you are doing now, training 3 to 5 days a week. Some of them losing body fat, some getting stronger, energy, stop feeling beaten up, and That's kind of the lens I tried to look through tonight, and just answering the real, like, do you need supplements? What works? What's more situational? Because there are supplements I take only in certain situations. Um, what I think is probably unnecessary, and prioritizing them based on goals, not the supplement hussy. And then we'll do a little Q&A towards the end. But you cannot, and this was one of the things I wish I had learned earlier. You cannot out supplement a bad diet. So if it might fill in some gaps, if you don't eat beef and you take an iron supplement, well, you're gonna fill in that gap from iron. It's gonna help that down. If you undereat protein, you skip strength training, you sleep 3 hours a night, you're drinking too much, you're just nonstop stressed. Supplements aren't gonna fix that. I'm looking more filling the protein gaps, fixing the recovery, supporting the recovery, helping joint health, better sleep, stress regulation, and for some endurance performance. Usually when I'm like one-on-one with somebody, I'm gonna ask a lot of those questions. Is this person hitting a protein target? And for me, that's something I can just look at based on the track and say, okay, you're not there. 20 grams of whey protein a day gets you there. Let's start taking that after we work out. Are you strength training? Yep. Then we need to make sure we're getting that protein. Are we doing the sleeping? Are we hydrating? Are the calories aligned with the goals? If not, that should get fixed first before you even go down that rabbit hole. Because those people at GNC, God, I don't know if Fallon's on here, but I was telling her, these people will try to sell you anything. GNCs, the clinics, all of it. It's going to try to just dump supplements down your throat and just get you to buy. My protein shakes are what gets me to my protein goal. I'll take that. If you're missing, if you're filling in the blanks because you can't get there otherwise, that's when. And oh, I skipped that slide. I already went into my little notes on it. We'll go right into protein. Protein is definitely wanna have to catch recording. Can't wait. Protein is definitely one of the most foundational. I think after 35, we're gonna start losing muscle. Recovery starts slowing down. I think from 80% of the people on this call, I'm starting to feel like I'm getting some hormonal shifts and my body's changing. It's not doing what it used to. That's where injury risk starts increasing. So getting in enough protein is probably peak on my list outside of making sure the calories are aligned. And I mentioned this on the nutrition call. I found runners in particular are so focused on carbs that you end up missing out on the protein and under eating protein. I mean, I get to see it. I get to see everybody's data, and I'm like, yep, I even overshot on your goal, and my goal was conservative. I hit 40, and the check engine light came on big time. The check engine light tells me something's off. We got to listen to that. Three main types of protein. You got whey protein. There's concentrate, isolate. I listed hydrolysate. Concentrate is probably the most common you'll see out there. That's going to be the one almost every store has. You'll see a couple isolates, but the reason whey protein tends to work, it's got a high leucine content. So leucine is one of the amino acids. What that does is triggers muscle protein synthesis, which gives you that muscle growth that we're looking for. Potentially could lower blood pressure, could help with type 2 diabetes, moderating the blood sugar, helps with inflammation, but it's also fast digestion, it's convenient, and it helps hit the target without adding a ton of excess calories. So I'm gonna go into that excess calories. And I said I had extra time tonight. I don't know if I will because I do go on these tangents. My protein shake got 24 grams of protein, not much else in it. Not much else in it. If I'm looking for a snack at a Wawa and I grab a Metrex protein bar, because they're buy one, get one free, like something in Wawa always is, or buy two for $5. That thing is not, it's got 20 grams of protein. It's got like 60 grams of carbs in it, like 20 grams of fat. It's like 700 calories. That's a meal replacement bar. So a little different there, but a good protein should help you hit the target and not go overboard on the calories. We're looking at fat loss. Protein, I've said it before, increases satiety, so you're going to be fuller longer. Most people currently in a deficit, because we're trying to lose weight. we're in a deficit. Having enough protein protects the lean muscle. So you're going to break down less muscle. You're going to break more fat if the protein number. And anytime you're in a deficit, you're going to lose fat and you're going to lose muscle. So we want to offset that by getting enough protein in. I do a protein heavy breakfast, protein shake, protein waffles, or protein eggs. I like it. Question on protein. Do you have a vegan protein powder you recommend? Currently doing pea. I can send you one. I particularly take the First Form products. They do offer a vegan one. So I'll send you a link to that. Kim, just shoot me a message after the call and just so I remember. But I'll send you a link to that. Almost always take 90% of the supplements I take are First Form just because it's made in the US, clean facilities, and man, Amazon proteins. I get nervous at throwing some stuff in there. But injury prevention, so it's going to support tissue repair, help rebuild muscle damage, especially if you're doing high mileage. I think a lot of people, I need the carbs for running, but muscle breakdown happens when we're going into high mileage. So how do we offset that? Getting enough protein in. So generally, after you're working out, probably the best time to take it. And then maybe fill in a gap. If I'm 20 grams behind at the end of the day, I'll have a yogurt and mix a serving of protein in there. Or if I'm 40 grams, like, oh, I had a bad day. And I'll throw a little yogurt, mix the protein in, become a little snack, just pumping the numbers up a little bit. Um, Definitely use it as a snack instead of, the more processed things out there. If you're getting in, if your goal is 150 grams and you're getting in 150, there's certainly no need to take it. Isolate if you have, any kind of lactose sensitivity. Isolate's going to be a little better. Concentrate. That's it's the most common, but it is also the most affordable. So that's a good one. But look at it as a food, not magic, but it is definitely extremely useful to fill in the blanks. Pre-workout. Y'all, if y'all got kids too that are in the I'm going to start working out ages, especially boys 15, 16, 17. I see kids huffing pre-workout protein powders. They dry scoop it in the locker room like it's, I don't know, like some TikTok challenge where like dry scooping and check the ingredients. Um, it's designed to enhance your exercise performance. It's usually boost of energy, strength, and focus. This one is completely optional. You do not need to take pre-workout. No one needs to take a pre-workout. And a lot of them, I make my own. So I think I might have talked, I know I talked about this on the Accelerate call. I'm not sure if I talked about it in here, but increased energy due to caffeine content. So watch out because there's going to be a load of caffeine there. I stopped taking pre-workout when I began my coffee addiction because I was like, I'm getting the jitters and it's not pleasant. There's way too much caffeine, not safe, not good. You're going to get enhanced strength and endurance. That's usually due to creatine and beta alanine, both of which I put into my own mixture. I buy the raw ingredients there. Focus tends to come from L-theanine and L-tyrosine. Muscle soreness, they usually load some BCAAs in there. And then blood flow, that's usually the nitric oxide boosters. So if you're looking for that pump feeling, you can literally go and buy L-arginine and L-citronine and get the same effect. Enhanced nutrient delivery, that happens based on just more blood flow. Blood's flowing due to the nitric oxide boosters, so that's gonna pump you up. But benefits of it, number one, caffeine's the main driver, so it's gonna amp you up. Generally, you'll have a little more power output due to the creatine, higher focus level. Perceived exertion tends to go down there, so you're not gonna feel like you're working as hard. Probably because the caffeine's got you foot on the gas pedal, and creatine's making you a little bit stronger. Downsize. I used to work out at night. I would take pre-workout. I would stay up until the wee hours playing video games because I was just jacked up, ramped up, amped up, and I could not sleep. Counterintuitive to my goals, trying to get sleep in. If you go too hard on the pre-workout, you're going to spike your cortisol. It's good to give your body a break from stimulants every once in a while. And there's also that dependency where I know people that are like, I can't work out without pre-workout. I have to have my pre-workout. It does. Nope. And they got to have it. Someone who gets up at 5 a.m., Looking for a little kick in the morning? Good. Someone who's, going in the gym at 8 o'clock, probably not good. Because even if you're still getting 8 hours of sleep, you're probably not getting the best sleep. And the Garmin, this thing is eye opening on if I have my caffeine too late. It's wild. Personally, I kick my day off with black coffee and my own little blend. Waking up at 4 a.m. to work out, and I definitely take you want another level. I wake up at 5, you had a stun on me. Well, I wake up at 4:30, but you came out with 4. But your energy generally should come fueling, carbs, and make sure you get enough sleep. Look at pre-workout as more of a performance support and not so much an energy replacement. Now dive a little more into like the individual ingredients. This one most asked about, and if you were to ask my list of like 3 supplements, I would say everyone should take. This would be number one on that list. So creatine, it's been through so much research. It supports. Dude, I left the list, so hopefully, I'm gonna blow through. But muscle cells produce more energy because of it. Boosts formation of proteins that increase the size of your muscle fibers. Raises level of IGF-1. So insulin-like growth factor. That's a hormone that increases muscle mass. So it's a good hormone. You'd like your levels up, not crazy elevated, but you'd like those levels to go up. But the big one, where it's not just a strength training thing, it's more of an energy thing. It's got a direct role in the production of ATP. So that's adenosine triphosphate, producing more of it, and it is going to drastically improve high intensity exercise performance. I can notice a drop if I stop taking creatine for a bit. Definitely going to speed up muscle growth. The new science out there is saying that it may fight neurological diseases like Alzheimer's, stroke, epilepsy, brain injuries. All of this above this line, speeding muscle growth, all that above that line, you'll probably see those benefits at about 5 grams. When we go into this neurological diseases, they're showing more in the 15 to 20 grams range, preferably closer to 20. May lower blood sugar levels and fight diabetes, improves brain function by increasing phosphocreatine stores in the brain, reduces fatigue and tiredness. This one too, improving brain function, all that's going to be in like the 15 to 20 grams range. Do I have an opinion on gummy creatine versus powder? I did not up until a couple weeks ago, and I've just been hearing a lot of the gummies. They're doing tests on them, and they're finding they are really underdosed. So they're telling you you're getting 5 grams, you're really getting like 1.5 grams. So you'd have to take 8 gummies, and they taste good. So if you're trying to make sure you get it in, I think the powder is probably going to be the best way to go and finding something you can mix it in. Sorry to rain on your parade, Miss Elizabeth. But if you're looking to stay strong, like avoid muscle loss, maintain your speed, and generally age well, this is one that is going to support every bit of that. 3 to 5 grams daily for the fitness aspect. If you're looking to get into the more brain health, that's where we got to go in like 15, 20 grams. And again, I've done that probably, it's got to be 6, 7 months now, where I just feel sharp throughout the day, even energy, and I'm enjoying it. My sleep's gotten better. It should not make you bulky. So it supports muscle preservation, but it does not give you random size gain. You're not going to look like a bodybuilder. The water retention aspects of it, it's not bloaty kind of water. So it's more intracellular, muscular water increase. So the water inside muscle cells. So think the opposite of going keto where your muscle flattens out. It's going to give the muscles a nice fuller look, which kind of creates that tone look. And if you're going heavy enough, wait until you hit the big 5-0. Jerry, you got 10 years. Don't let her rush your life away, bro. But then anything gummy form is really hard for companies to have consistent levels of stuff in each gummy. But also, I love my Smarty Pants gummy vitamins. I know I got an exciting like extra call that might come on soon, and I think she might be able to help me with that. I'm gonna ask her if there's any studies. But Miss Kim, who was chiming in last week, not my wife Kim, other Kim, I don't know if she's on here, but she offered to do a nutrition science workshop. So basically, what she sees in that whole world of making sure, food stays safe and all that good stuff. 43 now, 7 years to go. I would have pegged you at 40, man. I thought you just had your 40th birthday. Gummies are one of the worst form of anything. 3 here. All right. So yeah, creatine, definitely good, muscle and bone health. This one, top tier. These L-arginine, and I'm going to lump it in with L-citrulline, but non-essential amino acid. So if you hear non-essential amino acid versus amino acid, non-essential, your body can produce on its own. Essential, your body cannot. That's why it's essential to get it in. So this one, precursor to nitric oxide. So if you ever see on a pre-workout, it says insane pumps, explosive blood vessels, skin tearing pumps, things like that. They're loading it with this stuff. This is one I take this brand regularly because I like that pump feeling in the gym. I was doing high reps today in the gym. I felt like my arms were going to explode. It was just a good feeling. Um, I won't play the video here, but there's a very funny video from the movie Pumping Iron with Arnold Schwarzenegger talking about that pump feeling in the gym, and it's funny. Yeah, you can mix creatine with the coffee in the morning as long as the tastes good. You tell me how it tastes. Let me know. But this one can also, because the blood flow increases, supports aerobic and anaerobic capacity, improves blood flow, keeps blood pressure in an optimal range for, this one more for the men because we're talking about the blood flow in there. It's going to improve your libido, supports healthy blood glucose metabolism, can support kidney function. So, I mean, all of those are just wins for me. It's an amino acid, so it's not. Bethany knows it. That is the best clip. So bad, but hilarious. He was a trip. He was a trip. Creatine and coffee has no taste. If you can, if it works for you, go for it. And then citrulline, that's like creatine's brother. It's another amino acid, plays a role in the body's production of nitric oxide. Again, improves blood flow, lowers blood pressure, reduces risk of CV disease, increases blood flow to the muscles, improves exercise performance. This one goes right next to my arginine. They're the first two things I mix in. May help to build muscle mass. That's because you have better blood flow and you're getting nutrients through the body. And most people that take it are taking it along with the proper training plan. May improve cognitive function, oh man, such as memory, and focus. I may have reused a couple slides. I redid my notes, but I used the old slide for this one. And then we're going into, actually, let me, we'll jump back to there, but for these two, for endurance athletes, citrulline is probably going to be better. It's going to give you a more better effect than arginine. Arginine probably going to be a little quicker pump. Great on hard interval days, lifting days, prepping for a race, want good blood flow, high intensity sessions. Has anybody ever taken what is it? Is it beetroot powder or beets or anything like that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And seen like endurance beets, things like that. That's big, and like I see that now at a couple different expos and like running stores. Just beet chews, beet gummies. It's the same effect on the body. It increases nitric oxide. That's just, you say more natural, but I guess the natural part is that you're taking a beet versus a powder, which is also still an amino acid either way. But it's helpful, but it's a secondary one and not really essential daily. You don't have to load this or build it up like you do creatine. Creatine kind of want to take every single day. Carnitine. Who asked me about carnitine? Somebody asked me about carnitine this week. This one is another one. Compound your body naturally makes from amino acids, lysine and methionine. I know somebody asked me about that.
I asked about it.
You did. Melissa was. You get a lot of questions, Melissa. I told you want to come tonight. This one, crucial role in metabolism. It aids in the transport of long chain fatty acids to the mitochondria. Same difference. Same difference. Not too far off. I believe the acetyl version is going to be a little less effective, but same difference. I think the one I put in my beverage is the acetyl L-carnitine. I'd have to go look in the closet. But this one aids in weight loss. And anytime I say aids in weight loss, I want to be very transparent. Think you're giving yourself a 1% boost. It's not gonna, thanks, Michelle. It's not going to, you're not gonna start taking L-carnitine and lose 20 pounds in a week, but it's gonna increase. If everything else is right, You're just dialing up the temperature another 1 to 2% to help get the ball rolling. Helps prevent mental decline, improve markers of learning. So I geek out over stuff like that. I'm like, oh, this brain health? Heck yeah, let's go. Reduces diastolic blood pressure, especially in overweight or obese populations. Improves heart functions, decreases symptoms in people with congestive heart failure. Anytime I can improve heart health, I'm down with that. May reduce total LDL cholesterol while increasing HDL. Improves muscle recovery, increases muscle oxygen supply, and improves performance, endurance, and power. So now I'm like really geeking out with it. But it also can help with depression. So anytime I find a study like that, like this stuff just sounds like gold. Why do we not all take it? Because it's found in food. You can get it from food. Your body can naturally synthesize it. We just don't get enough in. And then reducing fasting blood sugar. This one, you know, again, sounds great for the fat loss, but the benefits are gonna be modest. So don't expect to start taking it this week and be like, oh man, this is the best stuff in the world. You might not notice anything, but it's doing a little behind the scenes. It's helping with recovery. It's improving endurance slightly. If you're a little older, it's definitely going to help with the metabolism a little bit. But at the end of the day, calories, protein, that's going to matter far more on like a fat loss journey. So this would be, if we're putting creatine as S tier, number one that I think everybody should be taking, protein would be A. This one might be down there right at B tier. So it's not garbage, but it's also not something you're gonna need 100%. BCAAs. A lot of people want to take these branched chain amino acids. They're essential amino acids, play a crucial role in muscle metabolism, growth and repair, building blocks of muscle tissue. If you hit your protein targets, you do not need BCAAs. If you can say with confidence, I 100%, my goal is 180 grams of protein a day. I hit 180, no need to ever touch BCAAs. Save the money. Don't waste your time on it. If you're at 100 grams and you should be at 180, this one's going to fill in a little bit of the blanks. It's not going to fully make up for it, but it's going to fill in a little bit of the blanks by getting you those amino acids into your system that you're lacking from the lack of protein. What that's going to do, encourage muscle growth, ease the soreness, hopefully improve exercise endurance, going to reduce fatigue, enhance muscle function, protect muscle damage during intense exercise. Hopefully a lot of these regulate blood sugar, and that's usually because you have more muscle, helps with that, and improves insulin sensitivity. Same difference. Can support liver function and reduce oxidative stress. Times I take this one, and I'll go in waves. I'll maybe take this once for a couple months a year if I'm cutting drastically. Like all right, we're going on vacation. We are 2 months out from vacation. I'm at the point where I want to get down into the low single digits of body fat. And I know I have to cut extra calories to get there. I have to cut protein back a little bit. That means let's fill in some blanks. Let's make sure I'm getting just a little bit extra. And it's more of a safety net insurance policy type of deal because I don't want to lose too much muscle. Good when, if you're training fasted in the morning, I'll move into more fasted training as vacation approaches just because all right, let's cut my 24 gram protein shake pre-workout out of the way. Let's cut that out. Let's get some BCAAs instead. Long endurance sessions without getting protein in, it's good for super low calorie diet. Real protein intake is going to stunt on this one all day, every day. It's something I rarely prioritize, but in that low, deep cut, that's when you might need a little bit. L-glutamine. Anybody heard of that one? It's another amino acid. I feel like I've been doing all the talking tonight. That's what we came for. A
Gotta
lot
get
of them
my
are
protein.
amino acids. So naturally occurring amino acid, building block of protein, essential for a lot of body functions. This one's going to support your immune system really well. So if you're somebody who gets sick, crucial fuel source for immune cells, supports production of antibodies and helps regulate inflammation, which is good for a lot of people. Muscle growth and recovery, aids in repair and recovery process after exercise by promoting protein synthesis, reduces muscle breakdown, may help reduce soreness, Again, all sounds like wins. Digestive health. It's the primary fuel source for cells that line the gut. Can help produce healthy gut flora because that may regulate the blood sugar levels. This one, not mandatory, but I like it. If you've got high training stress, if you're somebody that's, you know, all right, how many dopey runners out there get sick, in December and oh, I'm freaking out. Oh my God, I got dopey. This might have been something to start in November or December to incorporate here because your immune system's going to be lower. You're working harder. You're in a high stress environment. If you have gut issues, might want to test this one out. If you get sick a lot, and there's no underlying issues, might be something you want to test out. And I should have caveated tonight, I am not a doctor for supplements. Ask your doctor first. There's my disclaimer. But if you're a high mileage runner, you get GI distress, this is something that I'd say is probably worth testing. Worth testing, but not necessary. This one's one of my favorites. This I take also regularly before every workout, goes into my mix. But beta alanine, non-essential amino acid, several benefits, particularly for athletes. This is one I actually can notice a little more. Notice a little more because of this first benefit. So it increases carnosine levels in your muscles. That helps buffer lactic acid buildup during exercise. So, the burn, when that pump we were talking about, it's going to help actually reduce that, and improve the endurance. So you don't not getting that burn and quitting a couple reps shy can increase the time to exhaustion and enhance performance in high intensity. So another reason, love this one. Carnosine, produced from beta alanine, may contribute to muscle growth and strength by promoting muscle protein synthesis, reducing muscle breakdown. That lactic acid buffer is what really, that's when a lot of people slow down. It's, oh my God, it's starting to burn. I got to give up. Today, my arms were burning, but I was like a good burn. I was like, this feels fantastic. I could keep going all day. So that reduces muscle soreness and stiffness, may have some antioxidant, anti-inflammatory properties, may improve cognitive function and protect against neurodegenerative diseases. So if I get ahead on that, that's a win for me. So definitely one that is more useful for high intensity work. Think even a short race where you're going a very high intensity. Think you're going for a PR on a 5K. You never hit that time before, but one of your struggles is you get lactic acid buildup in those legs. They start burning. They're on fire. Well, if you could buffer that a little bit and extend it, you should be able to push a little harder. Strength training, I kind of went into like that's another really useful there. Less useful if I'm going out tomorrow on my calendar. I have a 30-minute easy run. I have no need to have that tomorrow, but I'm probably going to lift too, just because 30-minute easy run, I'm going to be bored. But it's more of an optional booster for performance. What about those of us with autoimmune disease or immune compromise? Are we talking about going back to the glutamine?
Any of it, all of it, yes.
Any of it, all of it? You might find some benefits on some of them, but again, you're probably already working with a doc there where I would check out with the doc. Any opposition for me taking this? What are your thoughts on me taking this? Does it affect any medicines that we might currently be on? That'd be good questions to ask. And then again, last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that I covered are amino acids. So you're probably not going to see some kind of major negative, but always good to check. And if it can help with the immune, like I'm thinking glutamine might give you just a little reduction in symptoms. And for me, that'd be a win. For me, I would take it. I'd take it, but check with the doc too. Now we're going to go a little more into, and the last, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll add caffeine in there. Those 7 are all part of pre-workout. Like those are what you're going to find in pre-workout. Those are the main ingredients. So you could get it all in one spot, but I like my cup of coffee in the morning. Now we'll look a little more like health and longevity support. If you don't get a good amount of omega-3 fatty acids, this would be my probably 2 to 3 on that list of top 3 that I like to make sure to get in. And I'm leaning. I'm gonna lean two for the one I haven't covered yet. Creatine one, two for the one I haven't covered yet, and right on its tail, number three with fish oil. So fish oil proven support heart health, lower cholesterol, lower triglycerides, reduce blood pressure, prevent the formation of plaques that harden the arteries. I want to think about not now, I want to think about in 40 years. So if I can keep all this stuff in check now, if I can keep all this stuff in check now, then I'm ahead of the game, hopefully. More of an insurance policy. Also, though, it improves brain function because it's a healthy fat, supports eye health, reduces inflammation, healthy skin because healthy fat, may improve bone health, may improve asthma. I was misspelling left and right on this one. And allergy risks. Allergy risks, yeah. I had to reread my misspelling. Why does fish oil have to be the size of horse pills? Seriously. I actually take a very small one with the same amount. It's an omega-3 krill oil. Let's see how quick the Amazon man works. Oh, let's go to Amazon. I'll show you exactly what I take, how many milligrams it is, because you want to make sure it's the right. You want the omega-3s, not too much on the omega-6. Omega, that should be right there. I take the Mega Red Antarctic Krill Oil, 500 milligrams. And it's on Amazon. It's actually, it is a tiny little, man, why can't I copy? Where's my little toolbar to copy? There we go. That's the one I take. It's not fishy at all. It's a very small pill. Nature's Bounty, good, not fishy. But 500 milligrams usually does the trick. That one I don't get the fishy burps from, and I've had plenty. Dan started fish oil, and he said, "I know you'd rather have all the bad symptoms than take the fish oil. Seriously, gross me out. Even non-fishy ones made me say this one is a tiny. I can show Bethany. I'll probably have my little vitamin pad pack on me because I always keep a little thing of vitamins on me. But I can show you these are the little red guys, and they're you don't even flinch on them. Always worried about getting rancid fish oil. I've been taking fish oil regularly. I've never had that happen. Never worried about it. But to each their own, Miss April. I do chia and flax because then I cannot do anything with fish. All right. I like it. Chia and flax, another good source of omega-3s. This one's probably the easiest way to get it in. Let's see. Let's see. Anything I missed there? Um, you know, mine's 500 milligrams, but generally like 1 to 3 grams would probably be a good spot. I eat a decent amount of fish too, so I get that. Joint soreness though, this tends to lube up the joints a little bit, helps with recovery. It's I'd list it probably A on things I would recommend taking. Creatine being S grade, top grade of what I'd go for. Let's jump on fish oil. CoQ10. This one you don't hear as much talk about, but this one's a longevity type of one, general health. It's going to help your body generate energy in the cells. So the body's going to produce less. We produce this, but your body produces less with age, but you can get more from food or supplements, which is what we're talking about. It's an anti-inflammatory, has antioxidant effects, which I like, may improve heart health, may reduce inflammation, may promote the widening of blood vessels, so better blood flow by increasing nitric oxide availability, leading to reduced blood pressure, may reduce oxidative stress on the brain, reducing progression of diseases such as Alzheimer's and Parkinson's, may help reduce insulin resistance in people with diabetes, may improve cancer prevention or treatment. There's a lot of mays in these supplements. A lot of mays. You're going to hear that a lot tonight. April's mom swears by CoQ10. My dad swears by CoQ10. It's one of those ones I can recall that even before I, started my fitness journey, he was taking it. And it just, it's one of those good ones that has a lot of benefits and isn't gonna my bill supplement stack is ridiculous after working for a supplement company. Just be careful with CoQ10 if you get dizzy and vertigo. This can worsen it. I don't get dizzy and vertigo, but that's good to know. That's the first I heard of that. I'm gonna be honest.
So I'm a physical therapist, and the number of my older adult population that were supplementing CoQ10 with their blood pressure medication, they were getting a lot of dizziness and lightheaded sensations. And once they started cutting the CoQ10, they were essentially overdosing, so their blood pressure was dropping significantly lower, causing dizziness and vertigo. So if you notice that and you're taking both, if you're taking a lot of CoQ10 or you're taking CoQ10 mixed with any type of blood pressure medication, it could potentially be working together to lower your BP too much. So just be
Oh,
careful.
too much.
Yeah.
Interesting.
hmm
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I love getting such like a diverse group in here because I get to learn something every time, and I'm here to learn too. Always get
Nitric
something new.
oxide is a patent vasodilator,
Mm-hmm.
so that's why it would have that effect.
That makes sense.
We use it a lot in critical care.
Yep, that makes sense too. Krista was my OG from the first challenge that came in with all the, heart health stuff from her field. She came in with so much knowledge. So glad Krista's still around because she chimes in with stuff like that. Jenny, you're also on deck now. Nice to
Okie
have such diverse people. Let's jump. Digestive enzymes. Digestive enzymes. So these are proteins that help break down food into smaller, more absorbable nutrients. So improves the digestion of carbs, fats, and proteins. There's apple pectin usually in there. I can't think of the other ones, but it's just stuff that helps you break things down. If you're seeing symptoms of just bloating, gas, heartburn, indigestion, this can definitely help you a little bit. It's going to just help break things down. By breaking it down more, it's going to increase the nutrient absorption. So that could lead to increased energy levels. Can slightly help manage conditions like IBS, Crohn's disease, pancreatitis. I take this one pretty more regularly. I don't even think about it anymore. Like when somebody asks my list of supplements, this is something I take regularly because sometimes I do eat foods that bloat me, and I notice a difference. So I want to break it all down, make sure I'm getting the most bang for my buck on food, but supporting healthy gut flora by breaking down all that harmful bacteria may help promote, I keep putting may in there, may help promote regular appetite and reduce cravings by promoting efficient digestion, reduces inflammation in the gut by supporting immune function. So I like this one. This one I got Kim, she was having some gut issues for a while, and I was like, let's try this. And she's like, oh, I'm not as bloated anymore. She didn't want to give up beans. Tell an Ecuadorian woman to give up beans, it's not going to work out for you. And I didn't ask. We started getting her digestive enzymes. May improve the skin health, probably because you're breaking things down more, and you're gonna, get more of the nutrients out of it. I'm gonna tie this right in with probiotics. So these are live bacteria, yeast, beneficial effects on the body. They're going to aid in weight loss, improve digestion, enhance immune function. There are so many. You ever go look at a probiotic bottle in like Whole Foods with 64,000 different strains of probiotics? That's like insane. 124,000 CFUs, and like there's a lot of different strains, different effects of each. So having something with a wide range is good. Reduces inflammation, showing to lower total NLDL cholesterol levels, may cause modest reductions in blood pressure. So again, be careful for tying that with CoQ10 and blood pressure meds. Can be useful for acne, rosacea, eczema, and other skin disorders, and increases the cell's ability to replicate themselves. So I'm going to tie the two of these in together. They're both going to help support gut health. Good gut health, we're going to get better nutrient absorption, better recovery, better inflammation, stable energy levels. I don't want to say better energy, like it's not gonna be like coffee. It's gonna pipe you up energy wise, but it should be more stable. You shouldn't feel the lulls. Less GI distress, less illness, and just feeling overall better. Bloating, just digestion, all that good stuff. If you're taking that's when I upped my probiotics and my digestive enzymes. When I was going up to 200, I think over the summer, whenever the heck it was, I was at 270 or 280 grams of protein at one point. I was trying to gain muscle, and I was just like, I need something to help break this down. So if you're someone who says, hey, I eat poorly, and there's no shame in that, like this might help. If everybody has that binge where you're driving home and you're starving, you see McDonald's, and you're like, you know what? I'm here for it. I need the cheeseburger. I need the French fries, and I haven't been here in a while, so I'm gonna get a McChicken too. This one, I'd be like, yeah, give me the digest. Let me get that crap out of me, and and help get the digestion going because stuff wreaks a little havoc on your system. Another one I take fairly regularly, CLA, conjugated linoleic acid. So a lot of these are going to be more natural. It's a type of fatty acid. It's found in dairy and beef. If you don't eat a lot of dairy, you don't eat a lot of beef, you could benefit from CLA. May help reduce body fat and improve body composition. Again, I'm talking about this could be a 2% improvement, but if you get to a certain level and you get 2% from this, 2% from carnitine, you're 4% better. That's a win in my opinion. May lower cholesterol levels, reduce the risk of heart disease, may have anti-cancer properties, particularly in breast and colon cancer. This reduces inflammation, benefits people with skin condition with conditions like arthritis, boosts the immune system, helps bone health, reduces the risk of type 2 diabetes. A lot of time you're going to see it highly, even look at the bottle. What's it say? Fine print down there. Metabolic activity amplifier. I would say it maybe has a 1 to 3%, 1 to 2% effect on your metabolism. I'd look at it for the everything else and say, all right, I like all these things. Added bonus of reducing body fat. Not a priority, especially on the fat loss. I would say the evidence is probably a little more mixed than anything. And you're looking, again, modest benefits. So not huge, but I got my supplement stack's pretty solid. This enzyme is great. Also, there are some out there that break down. What is it? I'm gonna mess this up. Acetaldehyde is the
Acetaldehyde.
acetaldehyde. You said it the right way. Yeah, that break that down, which is byproduct of alcohol consumption, so it can help with the hangovers. Thanks, Bill.
Yeah, I know the Cheers guy.
You know, you're always good for stuff like that. This one, electrolytes. I feel like 90% of the people on here probably take. We talked a little bit about electrolytes last week. Essential minerals. I have electrolytes in here now. Play vital roles in various bodily functions. That tells me I need more water. Generally, that's what you're gonna find in there. Sodium's a big one. Potassium chloride, calcium, total CO2, and magnesium in some of them. And sometimes, yeah, magnesium, you might find in a couple of them. Generally, they're going to support hydration and fluid balance through the body, attracting the water into the cells. It's what plants crave. Essential for nerve and muscle contractions. They facilitate the transmission of electrical impulses, ensuring smooth muscle movements and nerve signals. So we don't want to get our electrolytes too low when we're doing a long run. Potassium, this one's going to help regulate heart rhythm and blood pressure. Calcium and phosphate are electrolytes that are essential for building and maintaining strong bones. And then magnesium plays a role in energy production by supporting the function of enzymes involved in metabolism. I have a huge problem taking electrolytes in a 24-ounce bottle. At least half, if not more, has to be water. What is this? I don't know. I think it's like 40 ounces, but I drink this before I do my electrolytes in here, and I drink it to about here, halfway. Or you can't see that. I got to put it in front of my face. Drink it about halfway, maybe a little less during my workout. Then I refill it and sip it the rest of the day. So this one, if you run into heat, like take electrolytes. As long as you don't have any, as long as blood pressure issues, your doctor doesn't say you should be, you shouldn't be having salt. You run in the heat, I take LMNT. Oh, that's a daily for me. I never thought I'd be so hooked on LMNT. I love it. If you sweat a lot, replenishing, generally long runs, but we're thinking hydration, nerve signaling, muscle contractions, all things you want to keep in control on a long run. She said, sweet, just ordered some. You didn't waste any time when I said I took the LMNT. If you cramp a lot, if you notice fatigue, headaches, brain fog, that might mean you're a little deficient. So this is probably most important for an endurance type of athlete. I would say more than anything, daily hydration is going to win in the fancy mix, but long runs, hot, back-to-back training days, that's why I take it regularly. I said I said top three. This one's number two. Number two on my list after creatine. Magnesium. This one's vital to many processes in the body. I eat a lot of foods that are high in magnesium, and I went and I got a test and I was super low on magnesium. This one's powerful. So, you know, it's essential for the production of ATP. So without adequate magnesium, enzymes that produce ATP don't function optimally. So that's low energy and fatigue, not good. And a lot of people are super low on magnesium, which you can get on a blood panel and find that out.
I think there's some study that came out. I think it's like 95% of not Americans, of people are actually magnesium deficient.
So it does not shock me at all. Essential for maintaining healthy heart rhythm, preventing hypertension, relaxes the muscles of the heart and vessels, natural relaxant, aiding in muscle contraction and helping to prevent cramps and spasms. I used to take melatonin when I was younger. And then I read your body down regulates melatonin production, gets used to it, you stop producing it. And I was like, that doesn't sound good. So I switched over to magnesium and it just helps me relax and sleep. Like, oh, it's so nice. Crucial for nervous system regulation, plays an important role in regulating blood sugar levels, may help with depression and anxiety. My doctor told me to do the same. There are a lot of types of magnesium. Um, I usually take glycinate and I take glycinate and something else. I usually get a blend, but I know glycinate's a big portion of it. Glycinate's a big portion of it. I'll send the one that I take. Citrate makes you use the bathroom. Yeah, too much magnesium can loosen things up a little too much. But this one, again, sleep quality, muscle relaxing, stress response, blood sugar regulation. A lot of adults being deficient. This is where, it can help with your cramping, improve your recovery, improve nervous system regulation. Take it before bed because it might relax you a little bit. Might get you chilling. But I put it high priority. I like this one. High stress people. Who's the high stress people? These next two, those are going to be, you're going to want to mess with these two potentially. So these are herbs used in a lot of traditional Indian medicine and ashwagandha. If you ever see it like any supplement marked cortisol reduction, stress relief, it's probably going to have ashwagandha and rhodiola in it. So they reduce stress by lowering cortisol and increase muscle strength, endurance, and improves recovery time, probably because you're down regulating stress, enhance your cognitive function, may increase testosterone levels in men, probably a small percent, may help regulate blood sugar levels, improve sleep quality. If you're less stressed, you're gonna sleep better. If you have less anxiety, you're gonna sleep better. Most of the time, reason people can't sleep is because they're out freaking out about things that they can't control or that come up that we have to worry about the next day. So, tie it right in with rhodiola, another adaptogenic herb, offers a range of potential benefits, including reduced stress and fatigue, improved mental performance, enhanced physical endurance. With that stress and fatigue reduction, helps the body cope with stress and reduces feelings of fatigue in stressful situations, improves mental performance, can enhance cognitive function, including focus, memory, mental clarity, improves physical endurance, reduces perceived exertion. So you're less stressed, you feel like you're doing less, so you're able to go a little longer, train a little more efficiently. So I like that. Potential anti-anxiety and antidepressant effects, may have protective benefits on the heart and regulate the blood pressure. I'm all over my words tonight. So I'm looking at three screens. Get my notes here, my screen up here. I got you guys over here trying to read Todd in the chat. A lot of these last two, helpful when stress is high. So if you are a high stress person, I don't care if it's job stress, family stress, stress from training for 100 miler or even a 20 miler, if you're sleep compromised, these two are going to benefit you. If you're just a chill person and you're like, I have no stress, I'm Todd and I just retired and all the stresses of the world are gone in my life, top might not need this. Period of high stress. Remember when I was talking about I take the BCAAs, I throw these in there as well. I know when I go too low on the calories, that's a stress on the body. If the calories are too low, my sleep starts getting a little wonky. I'm pushing towards the goal. I'm increasing my activity. How can I offset some of that? All right, let's downregulate the stress with ashwagandha and rhodiola. Not something I take regularly, maybe once a year in that last month or two of a really intense training session. I only got like 2 or 3 more of these. I know I'm coming up. I already hit my normal time, but I only got 2 more, 3 more. Don't rush me. Collagen. I know a lot of people take this one. So it's an abundant protein, making up 30% of all the protein in the body. This one makes up the structure of tendons, ligaments, cartilage, muscles, blood vessels, organs, hair, skin, nails, and intestinal lining. Reason I hear a lot of women out there take it because hair, skin, and nail benefits. So I'm getting my protein in. I might as well get a collagen in there at the same time. This one helps fibroblasts form in your dermis, the middle skin layer, helps new cells grow. I never got big into the collagen personally, but I hear good things. Plays a role in replacing dead skin cells, provides a protective covering for the organs, gives structure, strength, and elasticity to the skin. I'm getting a little older. Maybe I should start the collagen. May relieve joint pain, may prevent bone loss, may boost muscle mass, probably because you got protein in most of those, may promote heart health. Not 100%, you know, must have, definitely should take. But if it's supporting the tendons, supporting the ligaments, supporting the cartilage, supporting the joint structure, I started thinking about where do runners tend to have issues? The tendons, the ligaments, the joints, the cartilage. So as you get older, I think, and if you have a history of injury, high mileage, this one becomes a little more relevant for you. This is something you might want to look into a little more. You might want to pair it with vitamin C. I cannot believe I didn't put vitamin C on here. Vitamin C, good for the immune system. We all know that. Can support connective tissue remodeling. Definitely, definitely good for injury prevention and just keeping everything inside working good. MCT oil. Anybody take MCT oil
In the past.
in the past? Christy, you took it when you were keto Guido, right?
A little bit, yeah.
I that makes a lot of sense. So medium chain triglyceride oil, it's type of fat. It's usually extracted from coconut or palm kernel oil. Supports weight management, promotes satiety, you're taking in fat, and should help reduce calorie intake. Quickly absorbed, converted into energy, providing a quick boost. Cognitive function and memory boost. Can promote the growth of beneficial gut bacteria, may help lower cholesterol and inflammation. This one's a quick energy source. I asked Krista if she did it because I know Krista was keto back in the day. She was a low carb athlete. This is when you want to get that in. It's a good source of fat, and fat's going to be your primary fuel source if you're keto or low carb. Used to make a bulletproof coffee. I used to make a bulletproof coffee. I'd have that every morning for years when I was in the lower carb phase of my life. Most runners, you're probably eating carbs, so I'm not going to throw this one as necessary. I think it's going to be completely unnecessary. If you're eating carbs, I wouldn't I wouldn't even look at that one. Wouldn't even stress it. Oh, we made it to questions. I got kind of other things I would say if budget is limited, which I would assume for most people it is, we're looking like those top tier ones. So we want our magnesium, our fish oil, um, creatine. Let's say right after that, protein powder, electrolytes, collagen, maybe right in between the two. Tier two, you're getting into like that, the ashwagandha, the citrulline, the probiotics, more so if you have the gut issues. Carnitine on tier three, CoQ10. Which ones did I forget? Beta alanine probably in there. CLA, MCT. A lot of these we want them to support the system, support the training, support the recovery, support the longevity, but it's not again a re-emphasize, re-emphasize, re-emphasize. It is not gonna you can't outwork a bad diet. You can't out supplement a bad diet. It's never gonna replace discipline, the nutrition side of things. It's sleep, the strength work. You got to build that foundation first. I've got a good foundation there, in my opinion, and that's when I think these become a little more powerful tools. How do you find good quality brands? Seems the marketplace is unregulated. It's 100% unregulated. It is the wild, wild west. So one of the brands I primarily use is First Form, and their stuff is just I feel more comfortable knowing that it's made in this country because I know you start going into other countries, it's like, yeah, they're loading it with just God knows what and not good stuff. I read a lot of reviews on things. I read a lot of secondary tests on them. Even just the Amazon reviews like can help a little bit, not major, but I feel a little better. And yeah, it is the absolute wild, wild west. And you know, I'm gonna keep going for a second here. If anybody's got to pop off, totally understand. But women more than men, you are a big target for the supplement industry. It is insane the crap I see when I go into Target, when I go into GNC. I've said this before, I'll say it probably 1,000 times. Creatine, it's right up there. Yes, it's great for you, but when they say creatine specifically formulated for women, that would be the biggest freaking red flag I could ever see. It's the exact same stuff. It is the exact same stuff. Maybe they throw a little bit of, I don't even know what they would potentially throw in there to make it more for women, but it's not going to have any increase on tone. Yeah, they have collagen protein for women adds collagen and biotin. Well, because it's going to affect your skin and you're going to feel good. Eric is right. It's the pink tax, baby, and it's confusing, and that's where a lot of misinformation comes. And anytime she'll show me a supplement, and I'll start looking, and I'm like, number one, the girl that you just showed me on Instagram, I can tell by the back knee that she has, she's on about two or three different two or three different steroids and other things like you just don't having acne on your upper back is not a common thing unless you're on some other stuff and like yeah they're they're all getting 5% from every sale and there's a girl in there that probably has unhealthy habits that's 8% body fat and she's showing off her rock hard abs and her hard abs have one job it's just to sell you the supplement she gets a 5%. She's usually a 22-year-old girl that's selling and oh it's going to reduce your stress levels. What the hell does she know about your stress levels? Like I'm going on a rant now. But that's the supplement market is something I get frustrated with because there's so much misinformation. I'm a sucker for the color pink. I mean, go look at the bottles there, and I bet you could find something pink, make it blue, and call my reference there. Hint on a costume for Friday. I have to try out after this, but. Make it pink, make it blue. We got the boy supplements in blue, and usually there's a big swole guy on there, and the pink supplements with some rich or ripped 5% body fat girl. And then you look, it's the same exact freaking ingredients. We all have the same 24 hours. No, we don't. I don't agree with that. Oprah got the same 24 hours as you. Yeah, but she got a chef making her food. Okay. She got a chef
She
at
has
home.
somebody that folds her toilet paper after she's done like with the bathroom.
You know
Oprah
what? There's
does.
nothing wrong with that. If you got it, flaunt it. You know what?
I'm like, dang girl.
I guess you get to the point where you get rich enough. It's like, I might as well get somebody to fold my toilet paper next.
Why not?
I still need to know what tutu I'm wearing on Thursday, but that's for after the supplements. I don't know what tutu I'm wearing on Thursday. I don't even know if I might just be tutu guy. If
How
I
am I
don't
gonna
find,
find? I'm just
how are you
kidding.
gonna find me?
I'm just kidding.
Uh, uh, I look like this. I will have the hat on.
Glitter pecs.
But here's the thing. I've had celebrities walk past me and I've like seen them in movies and stuff and it just doesn't register. And then I get elbowed after and they're like, "Do you know who that was?" And I'm like, "No."
It honestly, it probably wouldn't register for me. It'd have to be somebody like real, real, real. Like
Yeah. Back to the supplements, but I was
well, we
like,
covered supplements. Who else got questions? I'm here. I don't know where to be. Wife's sleepy. I'm hanging.
I have more of a comment than a question.
Go for it.
For the people in the chat asking about or commenting on how the supplement market is like unregulated and like the Wild West. I know that supplements aren't regulated by the FDA. However, I have read that there are a couple independent bodies. I think the acronyms are like, what is it, USP or NSF,
Yep.
that do testing on supplements to make sure that they are what they say and at the strengths that they say they are supposed to be. So when I'm buying them, I try to find a company with like that seal on the bottle to say that at least they've checked it and made sure that it is what they say it is. So that's one thing you can look for.
That's what I was looking for. You know what? I should have went to the bottle. That's
I
what I
don't
was
remember
looking
what the
It's
acronyms mean. You can look it up.
no, you said it. It's I wasn't sure if it's NSCF or NCF.
I think
And
it's NSF and USP is the other one.
Yeah,
But I might be wrong.
it's NSF and USP. You're correct.
Mhm.
It's United Supplement something, and yeah. But a lot of people won't actually put those in their bottle because they don't want to pay for them either.
Oh, like they'll get
National
the testing
Science
done, but they
Foundation.
have to
'Cause
pay extra for
you have
putting,
to
like
pay to
actually
get the
putting it.
testing done to put it on there. So like when I
I
worked
see.
at
Yep.
Nature,
Mhm.
when I worked at Nature's Way, we didn't do it because we had such back end testing for it. But yeah, so there are that, but it's kind of the Wild West out there, especially with gummies, because most of the time people don't have the actual machines to really inject the gummies with the proper amount of nutrients.
Yeah, I just looked it up. NSF certified products, the US National Science Foundation. Um, yeah, and they do testing on that.
Well, say a good place to look for supplements. Do not buy them there. Is CVS. They have their own tested to be trusted program where you have to. I mean, to be in CVS, you have to pay a lot to get on the shelf. But they run their own tests on things to make sure what is on the label is said to be on the label. Don't buy it there because it's jacked up in price. But if you're looking for something,
I like that. Interesting. I usually look like that. That's one of those logos that I look for, and GMP. So I worked in before I did all this fun stuff. I worked in supply chain management. So I managed warehouses. I managed one of the three that sold one of the that stocked the highly secretive one ingredient of Coca-Cola, one of the like little flavors that they can't know each other, and GMP facilities, so good manufacturing practice that's highly controlled. You know, it's got to meet FDA, EMA, all the regulatory standards. So I'll look for that on there too, because I'm like, they're using good facilities. I feel better about it. So, but yeah, there is a lot of crap out there. Matt Cook, hockey player, helped my white girl wasted self back to my hotel room. What? Okay,
Celebrities.
Michelle. I'm reading the comments.
We
We were talking about the like,
nice
like
celebrities.
and I was absolutely inebriated, jello shots in a hot tub at like 5 p.m. in a hotel room in the hotel secondary lobby, and Matt Cook was a complete gentleman, and he helped my friend and I back to our room, and he used our card to get us back in and made sure that we were safely in the room, and then shut the door. A complete gentleman, but like, I mean, we were laying on the floor of the hotel by the elevator, just absolutely blissed.
I like that.
Jello shots in a hot tub will get the job done really fast.
When Melissa worked retail, she helped Lance Bass and had no idea it was him. How do you not? I'm a huge Backstreet Boy NSYNC fan, so I would know. I would know if I saw.
This is when all the guys were like clean cut, but he came in wearing a hat and he had a beard. So I didn't recognize him. And everybody else in the store was like giggling and nobody was helping this guy. So I went over to help him and I finished and I came back and I was like, who was that? And they're like, it's Lance Bass. And I looked and I'm like, it was.
Oh, that's awesome. I feel like I've met a celebrity here or there, but I can't think of
I've
any.
been walked by, like, I've been in the park twice, and Josh Gad has walked by me.
Bye,
twice.
Krista.
I haven't recognized him twice.
That's my favorite game to play in the parks when I see them with like a plaid. I'm like, are you famous or are you just rich? And I'm like, can I recognize you?
A little both. So for those of you that are in VIP, we're gonna do the group call tomorrow because I'll be at the expo Thursday, 6:30 tomorrow. Don't worry, I scheduled your little reminder message. to go off tomorrow. If you don't get it, just shoot me a message and hang out at 6:30 tomorrow. We have a hard stop tomorrow at 7:30 though, because it's my biggest outside of race weekends, my favorite day of the year. Survivor
Tacos.
is back on air.
Survivor?
What?
Did you say Survivor?
Survivor premieres tomorrow.
I thought you said Survivor, but I wasn't sure.
It's year 50. Jared knows. Yeah, it's a 3-hour premiere.
Survivor is still around. It's like Grey's Anatomy.
It's year 50.
Don't come after Survivor like that.
It's year 50.
I'm a Survivor person. I'm a Big Brother person, but like Big Brother only happens once a year, sometimes twice a year with the spinoff series, but it's because it's on 3 to 4 days a week for months.
I've been
I'm
diehard
obsessed
Survivor
with
fan.
Traders. Traders is my thing right now. I'll tell you that right now.
Oh,
I
I
haven't
love
started it
Traders.
yet.
The other thing with Big
Season
Brother is
50. Yes, my bad.
sometimes
Season
the episode
50.
2 hours, and you're like, that's a movie.
Hey, I'll be going for all 3 hours and then getting up to work out, and then I'll be going to the expo right after. I'll crack down on caffeine. Don't judge me. Next week, we're going to talk about recovery, which is very valid because it's a race weekend this weekend. So how do you get your stuff back together? What was that? Are you giving me the Arsenio Hall on recovery?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to talk about recovery. Shoot me the questions for those of you that are on the VIP. I'll see you tomorrow. For those of you not, shoot me questions anyway, and let me know you're alive. Let me know you're okay. Let me know if you're not okay, and make good decisions. Denise, you know the rules. When are you getting here, Denise?
Oh, I'm not doing Princess this year.
Well, that's a load of malarkey.
I know. I'm really having bad FOMO here, and yeah.
You want me to FaceTime you?
What's
Dine
that?
Together.
What?
Oh, I said we'll definitely start wine and dine and get together again. We got this.
There we go.
Tom, I have a question. Is the VIP
Accelerate.
different than?
It's our same call.
Okay. I don't know what our names are half the time.
Can
I
you-
just show up when there's a link.
Can you just focus on getting yourself finished packing and dating down here?
Oh my God, I can't. Dan just called me from wrestling and he's like, "What's happening?" And I'm like, "Everything."
You're gonna make it. You're gonna make it.
I don't know. Look I got our suitcases just laying on the ground. Ready to go.
Thoughts and prayers. I don't even have suitcases. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 totes of tutus on the floor next to me that I need to now go through and make sure I have everything. So with that,
And your glitter packs.
no, I get the glitter when I'm out there.
Oh, okay.
I get the glitter when I'm there. With that, I'm gonna go digging for tutus, and I will see.
I'm gonna
you
go have another beer. Bye.
See you, Larry. See everybody.
See you
tomorrow.
Thursday.
Yeah. Good luck,
I'll see you
everybody.
this week.
Hopefully I'll catch you Thursday, Tom.
See ya.
Bye.